Hi, I'm Brittany. I'm a licensed elementary school teacher, but I'm staying home right now with my two kiddos. And today we're going to talk about homeschooling routines. Okay, so I think one of the hardest things if you're starting to homeschool or you're homeschooling, especially with little guys or even older kids, that you maybe you're not used to it or you don't have a rhythm yet, or you need to change your rhythm, is making sure you get everything done during the day and just not letting things get sidetrack you. There's also the question, especially right now with the pandemic, of, our kids are watching so much TV, our kids are on the internet all the time. I don't let my kids on the internet really unless it's a very specific website, and that's not my son, my daughter. That's like once every couple of months. But there are ways to kind of just help everyone get on track, especially, and like I said, this is my daughter's kindergarten routine, but it's super simple. So what I did is I created a list of things she has to do before she's allowed to pick what's on TV. Now, once things are on TV and they've been watching for a while, I have the right to say when we turn it off. You can always, of course, put a limit. You can say one show or two shows or 30 minutes or whatever you want to do, whatever works for you. But our requirement is that she has to finish all of these things and mark them off before she's allowed to pick what's on TV. Now, so I'm thinking of redoing ours and adding a Bible section on here, but this is our main stuff. So we have math. So what I did is I wrote it on one side because she's in kindergarten. She can't read all the letters yet, but I want her to be able to take responsibility for this. A huge part of helping kids grow up is to teach them to take responsibility, how to organize their thoughts, how to organize their time. That is such an important thing that so many kids, so many adults don't understand. Is time management, and prioritizing things and saying, well, I need delayed gratification. We have to have delayed gratification, and giving our kids everything they want when they want it is not going to help them, and it's not going to help anyone else around them. So what we do is I don't have a specific amount of time for most of these that she has to work on. It's just whenever we complete whatever we're doing that day. So I have math. So I have a word here and a picture here, so it's easier for her, so she can go do it herself. And it took a few times of me showing her where things were. But we've done this now for over a month, and she's a pro. I can say, okay, go mark off X, Y, and Z, and she'll go, and as you can see, this is what we've done today. She'll mark it off. So we have math, English language arts, science, reading time. This is independent reading. This is 15 minutes. I turn on the timer. I usually give them a snack, and my son can't do it yet by himself, but my daughter can. So I tell her, all right, you have 15 minutes. You're going to read, get whatever books you want. I don't require to have any particular book. The reading time is to teach her how to have fun reading, how to enjoy reading, that reading is relaxing. I want her to know that reading is something that she can enjoy throughout life. So that's the only one that's really timed. Art, she has to do something artistic. That can be beads, painting, drawing. Usually it's drawing for her, coloring, something artistic, and a chore. Now as she gets older, she's going to, have more chores. But right now it's one. And usually that chore is unloading the dishwasher, although sometimes if I've unloaded the dishwasher, I'll give her something else. Or like today, she decided to sort my laundry. I was like, cool. So that was her chore. But this is fantastic because these things take time. Now, do we spend a huge amount of time on math? No. Do we spend a huge amount of time on ELA? No. We don't spend a huge amount on most of these things, unless the kids choose to. I will say for the science, after we read and I just did a video on science and how we plan science and do it throughout the year. But once I go through their science lesson with them, I usually turn on YouTube and let them watch videos that have to do with that particular topic. Hold on, I'm sorry, I have allergies. Okay. Like I said, reading time, that's independent reading. This doesn't count up here. So if I'm reading with her, guided reading, so, we're sitting there and we're reading Cat in the Hat, or I'm going through her with her sight word flashcards. That doesn't count. This is her reading whatever she wants, all for fun, for 15 minutes. And with that, I'm not a stickler as in, you have to be trying to read the words. I purely am teaching her to enjoy reading. And sometimes she looks at pictures and sometimes she tries words. It's up to her completely. Kids do a lot better if they have some control, if they feel they have some control over their education. Now, that doesn't mean they get to decide they're not doing school today. It doesn't mean that they get to pick that they're doing one thing and they're going to continue doing that thing all day. No. What it does mean is we give them decisions to make, and it teaches them, again, decision making is super important. Teaching them how to make decisions within the scope of what's appropriate for them. So I will not tell my daughter, would you like to do math today, and hope she picks it? No, we're doing math. But I can say, okay, would you like to do math or English language arts first? And I'm letting her pick. So I'm not saying these are optional. I'm saying, which one do you want to do first? So that gives her the power to choose. With reading time, I'm giving her the power to pick what she reads. So really, with art, she can usually do whatever she wants for art. I don't do a whole lot of guided art. I mean, we do some. Like I sat down and taught her how to make a bracelet, a particular bracelet a few minutes ago. But we don't want to be domineering. As parents, we want kids to learn to take responsibility for their own learning, because really, when they get older, we want them to continue learning. We want them to continue to seek knowledge and to know how to conduct themselves and to know how to manage their time. Really, this is a life skill that we're learning and that we're teaching them. So with this routine, I love it, again, because it gives her some power, but it keeps her focused. It keeps her on track. And I've noticed her behavior is better when she's allowed to make some of the decisions. She's not that she's ill-behaved, she's not. But it keeps us from feeling so much like I'm telling her what to do all the time. When I'm giving her some of her decisions that are within, again, what's the appropriate scope for her age. So yeah, that's pretty simple. If your kids are older, you probably don't need pictures for them. That's because she's younger and she's learning to read. I do like putting these words up because it allows her to see those words repeatedly, and kids start recognizing words when they see them enough. So like I said, she still has 2 more to do when she gets down today. We use that blue sticky putty, which is like the teacher's best friend, on the wall. So we don't, because the tacks kept falling out. We have the world's worst drywall. I don't know why, but things fall out of it. But anyway, so it's very simple. It's straightforward. I'm going to see if I can create a printable for you guys with this. I don't know exactly when, but one that has open sides. But I created this in Word document, in Microsoft Word. Like, you go in and I put in the clip art, what used to be clip art, now you download it from whatever, Bing or whatever they use. And I wrote down her categories that she has. Again, I might reprint this and put like a Bible one on there, because we have a hard time sometimes remembering our to do like our catechism and stuff. We always read the Bible, but I also want to do catechism and scripture memory and hymn, and it's because it's not on here, I forget a lot, so I need to go back and add that. We've also used routine pages like this with her in the past, with like a morning routine and a night routine. And again, it gives her the power to pick, usually, sometimes I'll tell her to do one or the other, but to pick the order of what she does. So on there's like pajamas, brush teeth, clean, pick 10 things up off the floor. And the whole idea is consistency. If they do this all the time, over and over again, they're going to learn to be responsible for what they can do. Kids like feeling responsible. They don't like being micromanaged, and they like feeling like they have ownership in what's going on. And you want them to develop that skill, because you're not going to be, hopefully, over their shoulder every day of their life telling them what to do. We want kids to learn how to organize their time and do what they're responsible for. So again, that's basically, I did one of those self-laminating sheets on it, so she can do the white like expo markers, and then just dry it, wipe it off every day and start over. Super easy. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about creating a routine, and again, you can always make different, you can always put different things in there. You can require physical time, physical activity. If you feel like you need it, you can put in all sorts of things for whatever you need. But if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at brittany.pearl, that's perl.teach@gmail.com, or you can put a comment in the YouTube section. And I think my son is awake. Why is he awake this early? I don't know. You can go to my website, brittanypearl.com, and again, that's perl.com, and you can join my newsletter, and that's where, when I put printables out, you can go and you'll get an email that lets you download them. I have multiple printables in there, and I plan to keep adding more. I don't spam anyone. I don't have time for that. I am a mother who I'm an Air Force wife who has 2 small children at home. I homeschool and I run, basically, this is like my second business, so life. But anyways, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any videos. Share this if you think it would help any of your friends, and I hope you have a fantastic day. All right, bye-bye.